I don't care what nobody say. I can't be the only one that thought this thing was like a GMC Yukon or something. Like from front to back. From front to back, literally. This thing looks like a GMC Yukon. But no, it's a Kia Telluride. Are Subarus bad? No, they are not. Now, if you go buy somebody's early 2000s Hawkeye beat up shit box, yeah, you can fart in the seat of that motherfucker and blow a head gasket. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about a sleeper that don't nobody even discuss today. The Saturn Ion Redline. See, this was created by Saturn, but it was basically a rebodied, well, Chevy Cobalt. It had the same supercharged 2-liter 4-cylinder. Oh, and y'all ain't slick. At one point in time, y'all wanted a Pontiac Solstice, and it was mainly because of the first Transformers film back in 2007. You think I'm like, oh, I know y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Chevy SS, which is basically a physical manifestation of a basic bitch with good pussy. See, under the hood of this wonderful machine is a 415 horsepower LS3, which is mated to a 6-speed automatic trans, a stage 4 cam, and long tube headers, and you have a vehicle that sounds nastier than an argument between a divorced couple. Up next, we have the Pontiac G8 GXP. Good luck trying to buy one of these off of somebody. They treasure these things like a golden dildo. And the crazy part is all these things are overpriced. Even if you have the V6, they still gonna want like $6,000 to about $9,000 for this vehicle. Or more, 15 depending on what condition it's in. Now you can get a V6 G8 for around $6,000, maybe $5,500. But if you're talking about getting a G8 GXP or GT, you expect to pay about $15,000 plus dollars. And last but not least, the CTS V3, which is like that one auntie at the reunion that be standoffish and rich as fuck, also went through about 4 husbands. This 650 horsepower monster is powered by a LT4 6.2 supercharged engine. And for some strange reason, I am seeing these at the side shows more than the drag strip, which is honestly crazy. So, fun fact about me, I grew up around the lowrider scene in Memphis, and before I've ever wanted to own a sports car or a luxury car of any kind, I've always wanted and still do want a lowrider. I want one so bad. And as far as the lowriders down here, man, we had every generation of Lincoln. We had fucking Mustangs on hydraulics, bro, G-bodies, donks. Fucking bro, we had every generation of Impala down here. And the person that introduced me to this, which is my uncle, he had 63s, 64s, 66, 68s, station wagons. Bro, it was absolutely a ball in the early 2000s, though. So let me go ahead and put this out there. Y'all call anything that goes up and down a lowrider. That's not true. If the car you calling a lowrider don't have batteries and pumps in the back of that trunk, right? That's not a lowrider. That's not a lowrider. Bagged vehicles and lowriders are two different things. It's two different things. One has airbag suspension. One works off of a hydraulic system. It's in the name.
Younger generation figures that they ought to be able to put their car the way they want to put it. This is the generation that's more demanding and figures they ought to govern themselves instead of just white society govern. Their cars are low. They're mostly in the younger generation. They're mostly teenagers, low riders. This car is different. This car is different because it's low. And maybe it may have some different color paint job, some flashy paint job. He's distinguished from everybody else. He's noticeable. So he catches a lot of harassment by the police. But the white boys can low ride all day long, all up and down the street, and the police won't say nothing. But when the police come to the ghetto and see the low rider, it's always a ticket.
And you see, it goes back to what I be telling y'all in these videos. The same way people feel about donks of today, they felt like that about lowriders back in 68. My dad would be born 2 years later, 1970. So they've been doing this longer than my dad been alive. You get what I'm saying? And the lowrider culture is such a rich culture. Like I can't even find too many women that can get as low as a lowrider. I'm talking about vehicles that are nastier than the pastor's daughter her freshman year of college. Y'all talking about cars can't be a art, vehicles can't be art pieces. Shit. Hell, they not only making this into art, but they're giving personality to these vehicles. These are the only vehicles in the world that can literally dance.